Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. God, I don't know if qualifying started. I don't think so. I think they're still practicing. But yeah, I'm really late tonight. I was on the wrong channel. I was on the wrong YouTube channel. I've been cutting stuff up for stewarding on the thingy-majig channel for stewards from Sunday evening and forgot to log back into Virtual Racers Club one. So I was over there doing stuff. But yes, so we're here, round 4 of the Wrx Challenge. We're at Lago Maggiore. We're having two 30-minute races at the full Lago Maggiore GP circuit. So it's a 3.610 miles track, 17 turns. The fuel is set at ×2. The tyre wear is set at ×2. Tyres they can use are racing softs and racing mediums. Race 1 is worth twice double points, and race 2 is worth double points. They're all asking if we're ready. I think they did hang out for me. Thank you, Racer Brown. I appreciate that. So I'll let them know I'm ready. I'm up and running. My words, what a rush. What a rush when everything goes wrong. So, and from my end, nothing on the Virtual Racers Club end. That was all me. Okay. Let me just cough it up. I'm going to be coughing. I do apologise. I know it's not very nice for your ears, but it seems to be a leftover from COVID. I've picked up the cough after I got rid of the disease. So yeah, there'll be moments. I'll cover my mouth. I'll try and muffle it as best I can, but you might get the odd cough come through. So the table as they're going into qualifying: Racer Brown is at the top on 149. Matt Psycho is second on 138. Then we have Anton Poiker in third on 136. Homesick Alien fourth on 123. Bunny is fifth on 114. Guesty is sixth on 114. Skyjack is seventh on 105. Talleyrand is eighth on 101 points. Barry Twins is ninth on 57 points. Electric is 10th on 56 points. Turtle is 11th on 48 points. Jokers is 12th on 47 points. Pat is 13th on 41 points. Jim is 14th on 38 points. Rido 15th on 19 points. And UBD, Uncle B Darren, is 16th on 15 points. And I mean, wow, there's some close battles out there with Talleyrand and Skyjack are very close together. Guesty and Bunny virtually on top of each other, same points, 114 points. And the top four very close together. It's an interesting title fight we've got going on with Pat, Jokers and Turtle all rather close. Barry Twins and Electric in their own little battle on 57 points and 56 points. So yeah, lots of interesting things to keep an eye out up and down the pack as they do run. So yes, hello everyone, how are you all? Did I even say hello, good evening and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club? I'm not sure I did. So Racer Brown in the chat saying hello, hi. Yes, stress. No stress. Nice 30-minute race now in these. Have I even said? It's the Wrx Challenge. It's the Subarus, the Isle of Man. Yeah, I'll tell you the official one. Wrx SDI Isle of Man Time Attack Car 2016. Now, these things are absolutely swift, as you like, and we've ramped up the horsepower, taken off the weight, so they are at maximum and minimum. But yeah, they're rather swift, but they can be a little bit twitchy, a little bit much to hold in the corners. These guys still getting used to some of these guys. Guesty, new to the championship, still getting used to it. To the Wrx, I don't think he'd taken part. I think Skyjacker told me before. This is his first time, as is Matt Psychos and Talleyrand's. So some of these guys still getting used to these cars as they make their way around the outlap. Is Racer Brown first on track? He is leading the championship and first on track in his Mountain Dew Subaru. Homesick Alien next on track, and then Talleyrand in the top three, opting to travel quite close together. There is a couple of nice straights on here that I suppose if you could pick up the toe of the guy ahead of you, your quid's in. Back end of Racer Brown hanging out a little bit there in the final corner. Will that cost? Well, it's an outlap anyway. Brett King in the chat saying misdriving in them and the group. Oh, King Shot. Oh, yeah, man. Come back. If you remember, it's Friday nights now. Yeah, King Shot. He was off a shovel, man. He was in these little Subarus, especially in the mud. He really shone. Yes. Oh, man. It's nice to see you around, man. Mama Homesick saying, evening thingy. How the devil are you? I am good. I'm looking forward to a feast on Sunday. It's everyone I think it's everyone convening. Is it everyone convening on Mama Homesick's house? Yeah, Homesick's coming as well. Yeah, I get to see Homesick Alien on Sunday and Mama Homesick. It's we're going to the mothership. Cracking stuff. So Homesick Alien. It's mini Homesick Alien, I guess. Mini Homesick Alien's birthday on Sunday. We've never mentioned Mini Homesick, but he's no, yeah. Well, I suppose Homesick Alien's kids would be her Mini Homesick, Sub Homesick. Hey, that's like Homesick Alien's old name. Yeah, Sub Homesick Alien. It's his younger brother. It's his birthday. Homesick Alien's younger brother. Would it be Sub Homesick? Because Mini Homesick would be his kids. So I don't know how these aliens work. I don't know how their family arcs work. But yes, we're convening on Mama Homesick's house. Right, Homesick's younger brother's birthday. So it's one to look forward to. A little insight into the life of the thingy and Homesick. Brett in the chat again saying might have to make a comeback. Yes, dude. It'd be great to see you back. So Homesick Alien has set a time at 1:55.6, and that's rather fast. Oh, Electric's got close though. Electric 1.5 seconds, jumps up into second with a 57.1. JTX returns. Hello, JTX. I don't think we've seen him yet in this championship. We did have a couple of people who couldn't make tonight. We'll try and work it out as we go along. Barry Twins putting in a time for 4th place. Barry Twins looking strong in the Golfs. And but the Belgian really stepping forward. Anton Poiker doesn't quite manage to beat the Alien, but he's 700ths off. So very tight time from Anton Poiker out there. Very solid. So Homesick Alien still sits on pole with Anton Poiker in second, Electric in third, JTX in 4th. UBD, Uncle B Darren, is sitting at 5th place. So far, Matt Psycho's put a time in, but he's not hit the top 5. Turtle in 6th, he's just posted that one. Grabbed himself 6th place, a second behind UBD so far. Barry Twins in 7th, a 10th behind Turtle, 3/10 ahead of Talleyrand. Talleyrand in 8th, ahead of Racer Brown in 9th. Racer Brown not getting the lap time he wants here at Lago Maggiore. Guesty in 10th, with Pat in 11th, and Matt Psycho sitting in the lowly 12th. And we saw he won races last time out at Spa. So Mr. Psycho still trying to get on top of the handling of this car, the finer points of it, whilst Homesick Alien already a champion in the WRX Challenge. And he's sitting on pole at the moment. Strong places, strong place. So in the chat, Mama Homesick saying, I've written on the calendar thingies and aliens for lunch. And Brett says, can't just load it up and jump in. No, I know. It takes a lot of prep. I've been getting away with my wheel just being sat out, and it hasn't been put away for a while. And there's usually only a limit of time that it can sit out before it gets mentioned. It's done well. I was just about to go mental because Barry Twins was on pole? No, it couldn't have been. It's Racer Brown then. Racer Brown's taken pole over. Anton Poiker must have just got pole. Yeah, he just got pole off of Homesick Alien. But Racer Brown went and pipped Anton Poiker by 200ths. Guesties joining the party up here at the top. And yeah, Guesty putting it up into 4th. Electric in a solid 5th. Barry Twins in 6th. Another time set. Matt Psycho now involved. Matt Psycho up into 5th place. It's a long lap, remember. So yeah, there is a There is a gap from when they cross the line. It feels like nothing much is happening. I'm just having to four-ball my way through it all until they cross the line again. Oh, Brett saying my car is ready and the wheel is out. Oh, you can't get on it. No, I didn't mean think tonight. God, I don't know. No, it's all too much now. They're already qualifying, man. It's a shame. So Racer Brown sitting on pole so far. Anton Poiker he's going purples. He's going purples. He had that pole instantaneously for a very short while before Racer Brown took it off him. Homesick Alien, the original pole sitter, coming back. Is this the lap as we watch him cross the line? Not quite. Oof, not far either. Guesty doing very well there in 4th, with Matt Psycho 5th. Electric just across the line. Can he pip his time? Not quite. So Electric goes around again for another try. Barry Twins coming around that final corner. 7th spot. JTX has gone faster. JTX has gone up 7th. Just knocked Barry down to 8th. Can Barry post a quicker time? Not this lap around. Next time maybe. In 9th place, UBD. He's coming up. He's not near the end of the lap yet. Anton Poiker has gone pole. Anton Poiker, we better look though, because it's Racer Brown coming through. Oh, he's got a while yet. So yes, Anton Poiker jumps in pole position. The Flying Finn doing an absolutely stand-up job. Guesty going faster again, stays 4th, but he's creeping closer to Homesick Alien UBD, setting another time. And he's getting very clean. Well, he's not Barry Twins down another position, hasn't he? So, Skyjack said, gutted to miss this round. This combo is fantastic and always been decent results in previous round. Yes, Skyjacker having a last-minute family thing. I don't know if it was I don't know. He's got something, he couldn't race tonight. That's all you need to know, really, isn't it? There's nothing more. We're not nosy in the world of Skyjacker and what's going on, what dilemmas. I mean, seeing him in the chat makes me feel a bit better. It means it's not something to dilemma. And it did start off as might not be able to do the whole race, and then went to can't do the race. So maybe there's a Broadchurch special on or something tonight. They didn't realise. I don't know. New docudrama starting, costume period. Skyjacker is addicted to them. So Racer Brown there in 2nd place. Trying to, we're on the final lap already. Electric's gone a little faster. Up into 6th place. He's just behind Matt Psycho. JTX just crossing the line there. He does go faster, up into 6th place. I don't know if he moved a position. But he must have done, because he's moved ahead of Electric. UBD's in the pits. Barry Twins has finished in 11th. Turtle's still going for it. I don't know if Racer Brown's done. Racer Brown's got purples. Racer Brown, last minute, can he do it? Talleyrand's posted the time for 4th place. He's just knocked Guesty down. Racer Brown on one of those last minute dashes. Guesty, wow! Guesty at the dead of the lap has gone pole. And what's Anton Poiker doing? Anton Poiker's done. That's it. He can't fight that pole now. Racer Brown, he was getting purples, but are they purple enough? Are they more purple than Guesty's purples? These are the questions. Matt Psycho shoves a time in there. He's gone blue now as Racer Brown. So they're not as purple as Guesty's purple. Matt Psycho slams in a time there ahead of Talleyrand. Right in the dead. Homesick Alien. He's still on a run. I don't know what sort of time though. Racer Brown, it's just behind there, Homesick Alien. So Guesty is pole. Anton Poiker 2nd. They've done this fight between Racer Brown and Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien's red. Racer Brown, we didn't see his. They're coming up to the final corners now, these two. Homesick Alien just ahead of Racer Brown. You can see Racer Brown in the distance there. But I don't think Homesick Alien's posting a time fast enough to get ahead of Racer Brown or Anton Poiker. He only needs 3/10, only needed 3/10 to grab pole here. He comes up to the line. Has he saved any time in the final part of the lap? He doesn't. What's Wrxc Brown got? He goes pole. Wrxc Brown goes pole. Probably the last car to cross the line. And Wrxc Brown steals pole position away from Guesty by 300ths of a tenth of a second. Anton Poyker starting in third with Homesick Alien fourth. Matt Psycho in fifth. Talleyrand is sixth. JTX starts seventh. Electric in eighth. UBD in ninth place. 10th for Barry Twins. 11th for Pat. And Turtle starts in 12th. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the qualifying for round 4 of the WRX Challenge. Now we're going to have 30 minutes of racing here, high intense racing, tyres times 2 and fuel times 2. I don't think that we're going to see pit stops. I think we're just going to see racing softs up and down the field, and 30 minutes maybe, I don't know, I can't ever tell. So Frostmourne's in the thingy saying hi thingy, Skyjacker saying he's okay. Oh, hang on, we'll read them in when we get the flurry of the first race done. Well, not flurry, but the first start. Crap camera angles, sorry guys, this is what we got, and it started though. Wrxc Brown seems to have a good start, didn't see much wheel spin. Guesty's start looked a little better, but Wrxc Brown's got that inside line coming into this first corner, but if Guesty can hang on there, he's got the inside line and Guesty's got the lead. Guesty has the lead of this race early doors with Wrxc Brown in second. Wrxc Brown, he doesn't like to be second for too long. Guesty is going to be in for a world of pain there. Anton Poyker holds on to that third ahead of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien pushing hard there in fourth. Talleyrand sitting in fifth with Matt Psycho in sixth. Electric now in seventh. He's looking for a way past Matt Psycho. Pat in eighth ahead of JTX ninth. UBD on a move. UBD trying to get a move done. And he looks like he's managed something. Someone must have had an off. Barry Twins sitting there in 10th. Oh, JTX has moved down the field quite a lot there in 11th with Turtle all over the back of him in 12th. But Guesty's still in the lead of this race ahead of Wrxc Brown. Homesick Alien's got himself ahead of Anton Poyker. That's a feat within itself. That's like winning a race in itself. Oh, Talleyrand off wide there. Here's the barrier. Does that put him under threat from Matt Psycho? Matt Psycho catching him up in 6th place. Talleyrand in 5th. Sitting duck after knocking that barrier. And now Matt Psycho up into 5th place ahead of Talleyrand. But Talleyrand looks like he's coming back at him, coming out of the corner, getting right in his chuff. Get that toe up the hill. But Talleyrand is still looking a little bit under threat from Electric. Electric applying a bit of pressure. Talleyrand trying to attack Matt Psycho at the moment with Electric right on the tail of him. Guesty still fending off Wrxc Brown in these early doors of this race. Homesick Alien just staying with the back of them. Anton Poyker there on the back of Homesick Alien. Matt Psycho under threat from Talleyrand. Talleyrand coming back for that 5th place from Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho clinging on with all of his might and what he possibly has within him to stay ahead of Talleyrand. Talleyrand though, tenacious in his craft of racing, and he will not give in to Matt Psycho easily. Matt Psycho already under threat, being Talleyrand trying to go for that early kill, but Matt Psycho fending him off to keep hold of that 5th place. Guesty still leading from Wrxc Brown. Homesick Alien in 3rd. We have Anton Poyker 4th. Talleyrand there fighting with Matt Psycho for 5th and 6th. Electric in 7th. Barry Twins up into 8th. He seems clean cut there at the moment. Pat following him through in 9th. JTX Uncle B saw going wide in that corner there, dropping down into 11th. Turtle in 12th. But Guesty pulling away from Wrxc Brown now. Wrxc Brown under threat from Homesick. Homesick under threat from Anton Poyker. Anton Poyker looks like he's got the move done and dusted. Homesick Alien going wide out up the hill. And it looked like Anton Poyker was pushing him up that hill. He was right there. And Homesick going wide and giving Anton Poyker that inside line. But here comes Homesick from a way back. And Homesick Alien makes the move, done and dusted, into the flying hairpin, and Homesick Alien comes out with the treats. Anton Poyker lining back up. This little bickering between Homesick and Anton is giving Matt Psycho the opportunity to draw close to the rear of Anton, and Talleyrand is coming along for the ride. Electric not too far behind them either in 7th. Now Pat's up into 8th. He's got himself ahead of Barry Twins. Pat now up into 8th place. Barry Twins slipping back a position there. He's got JTX behind him, dogging him, and Barry Twins, he's in a rock and a hard place, but Barry Twins going out wide. He's lost his Subaru in the final corner, and JTX is through and up into 9th place. JTX trying to turn this race upside down now from where it started. Barry Twins in 10th and UBD in 11th, and he's coming across Barry Twins quite rapidly, and he'll be wanting to make that divisive move pretty soon on Barry Twins down there for 10th place. And UBD still getting used to a new rig. As we watch, Guesty still leading from Wrxc Iv. Oh, UBD out wide on that corner, trying to cling on to his Subaru as he gets a tow down towards the flying hairpin. He's gone for the move. He's trying to kill the speed before he gets the apex. He's going sliding out wide, and Barry Twins brings it back underneath and says, I braked at the right place. So UBD has to in ahead. JTX and Pat up ahead, getting into a scuffle, and that UBD starting to close up on 8th and 9th. So Skyjack said, is okay, nothing life or death. Skyjack said, started sorting my hair out for Sunday, so I'm not late for pit stop. Good call, man, good call. Frostman saying, Rizzler, oh, it's Rizzler. That's a cigarette advertisement, weren't you? They banned in racing, lol. Oh, yeah, we love it here. More tobacco advertising, we say, in the VRC. Pat saying, not here, and Frostmorn saying, oops, my bad. No one saw nothing. Skyjack saying, good luck, guys. And good luck indeed. It looks to me, though, Uncle B's dropped off from Barry. Barry's gone to join that fight up ahead. Now, what's going on? Guesty still leading. Guesty is absolutely flying out there in his Subaru. And are we going to see a Guesty first win of the season 4 in the WRX? The more winners, the better, is what I say. Racer Brown still on for some solid points. Anton Poika and Homesick Alien in their own little battle here with Talleyrand. And Talleyrand wants to score good points while Skyjacker's away. These two very close in the championship table together. And if Talleyrand can score some maximum points today, that's going to help him against the battle he's on with Skyjacker at the moment. Homesick Alien clinging on to that last podium position. Anton Poika, he's very rapid, is Anton Poika, a very fast driver, and he is giving it his all. Now, we're here, aren't we? We're about 7 minutes into this 30-minute race. Anton Poika's used a quarter of a tank of fuel. A quarter of a tank of fuel at 7 minutes is easy for half hour. No, it's going to be about 14 minutes at halfway through. Half a tank should be about 14 minutes. They're going to be about 2 minutes shy then, I'm going to say. I'm going to stick my neck out, say there's a couple of these guys might be about 2 minutes shy on going all the way on those fuel tanks. Guesty, see, he's used a little bit more up than Anton Poika leading this race. Racer Brown, yeah, they're all around the same place. Anton Poika's probably better than the rest of them. Matt Psycho, this is not too bad as well, but none of them can make that fuel tank go all the way. Now, I've said that before, I know, and I've been wrong, but it's tight, okay? The sheer math going on, the best fuel tank out there is the half tank. They're going to be at 14 minutes, which means they'll be 2 minutes short at the end of the race on fuel. But Electric there, he's used more than the rest of them have. Even that 7th place, he's screaming that car, getting through that fuel. JTX also just over half a tank. So he's chasing Electric down. He's only 2 seconds behind Electric. So Electric might be finding the Finn behind him soon. UBD up into 10th. He's got himself ahead of Barry Twins. So Barry Twins slipping down a position. UBD's fuel just over half. Excuse me, little sneeze. But Guesty at the moment, solid drive, using a little bit more fuel than the guys around him, it has to be said. And Mama Homesick in the chat saying, come on, son. So, G and her boy on. He's only 1.8 seconds behind Racer Brown. Still a long way to go in this race. Anton Poyker's dropped behind Matt Psycho, and I'm wondering now if Anton Poyker's really going all in with the fuel save. Maybe he's really going to try and go for the... I don't know, he's coming back at Matt Psycho now, isn't he? I don't know if he's going to try and go push for the no stop. It's a brave move, very brave move. It's doable, but it's just you've got to maintain, about 35 seconds to the leader at all times. Guesty gets himself 35 seconds ahead of Anton Poyker. If Anton Poyker is going for a no-stopper, Matt Psycho could also be doing similar, but Matt Psycho has used a bit more fuel up than Anton Poyker. Sorry, I don't know if the fuel stuff gets boring, but it is a big factor in these races. We have to take it into account. But Guesty, 2.5 seconds ahead of Racer Brown, and he's it's marginal fuel difference between Racer Brown and Guesty. I just don't think Racer Brown's got the pace that Guesty's at. Guesty's been in the 57s every lap. Racer Brown, he got a couple in the 57s, 58s. I don't know. It's hard to judge at this point who is fuel saving and who is not. Homesick Alien 57s. The last 2 laps. He's definitely closing in on Racer Brown. I don't know if Racer Brown just coming to the end of this stint that he's winding the car down a little bit. Raced early doors, tried to get that lead. Guesty got it away from him. But Guesty now, he is just burning fuel as he goes. He's just going for the sprint. He's going to have to make a pit stop and just hope, excuse me, and just hope these guys behind him, if they are going to try and no-stop it, that it's not going to work for him. Loon says he'd pit now. You could do a 2-stop, do about 10 minutes, quick splash and dash. You probably do a longer stop the first one to go, so just, yeah, I don't know. You could pit now. Not quite halfway though, and some of them have used half a tank. There's Guesty already. Half a tank, 11 minutes in, 12 minutes in. So tyres still seem great on everyone. They've all gone for the soft tyre. Homesick Alien definitely closing in on Racer Brown. Racer Brown, they're the same fuel, so if Racer Brown has suddenly decided to start fuel saving, then it's not working against Homesick Alien, although Homesick Alien's dropped back a little bit more. Has he not? 1.2? Anton Poyker has got himself back ahead of Matt Psycho. Talleyrand is joining the party with those two. It's very tight today with fuel. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry, I've got sneezes off. Excuse me. So, Electric, 7th place. He's being caught up by JTX. We did see that early on, that JTX was catching him up. JTX a 59 and a 58 last times around. Electric 59 and a 2-minute. So, Electric. Similar fuel loads for these two. Electric's tyre wear a little bit worse than JTX at this point in the race. UBD in 9th spot. His tyre wear a lot better than the guys ahead of him. His fuel probably is in a better shape than the guys ahead of him as well. Barry Twins in 10th. Staying with UBD, it has to be said. Oh, Pat's dropped back. Maybe Pat's pitted. Doesn't look like Pat has pitted. It looks like he's just dropped back. He did a 206 last time around, but he's coming up against his former teammate. Turtle and Pat, the Beamer boys, back in action again. Looks like Turtle a little bit late on the brakes then, and let Pat get away in that corner. Oh, Loon, it's 30 minutes, the race. They're 30-minute races. So, yeah, if they're on half a tank at 15 minutes, they can just about get there, but I don't think they can. Look, 13.5 minutes we are in this race. Guesty's just under half a tank of fuel. Racer Brown is on the half a tank of fuel. Homesick Alien on the half a tank of fuel. Anton Poika just a whisker over half a tank of fuel. Matt Psycho a whisker under half a tank of fuel. Talleyrand, same as Matt Psycho's, a whisker under. Electric, he's on the quarter of a tank now. JTX is on the quarter of a tank. These two are throttling through their cars. UBD, he's somewhere between a quarter and a half. Barry Twins, he's just under half. Pat, recently getting back past Turtle, he's a little bit under a half. And Turtle's a little bit more than Pat's got, just under half. Pat, oh, I think Pat wants to go in the pits. Turtle was there. Oh, what a shame. But I don't think it was too much damage done there between the two of them. Guesty are rolling on there in the lead. And Racer Brown definitely being caught by Homesick, and Anton Poika's there. And where did Anton Poika come from? A 57.6 last time around for Anton Poika. Homesick Alien at 59.1. Really bad poor lap for Homesick Alien. Racer Brown at 59.7 as well. I don't know if Homesick Alien and Racer Brown were getting into it in that lap. We missed some of it. But it's given Anton Poika the opportunity to close right up on this podium battle. And Anton Poika back in the shout. And it's all going to be doing pit stops. It's all down to strategy, this is. It's down to what Guesty decides to do. He's leading the race. It's really his call on strategies. These three, well, they are on half a tank at 15 minutes. It's going to be tight. They might be able to go the whole lap of race without a pit stop. Matt Psycho in the action now. He's just got himself ahead of Homesick. So Homesick, from fighting Racer Brown up there in second, third place, he's been shuffled down to fifth. Very interesting stuff indeed out there. Guesty still pulling away, 6.6 seconds ahead. Racer Brown is in second place with Anton Poika only 0.3 behind him, and this is the battle in the championship, is it not? Anton Poika versus Racer Brown. I think Matt Psycho's actually second though. I'm saying that is the whole Anton and Racer Brown. But no, Matt Psycho is on 138 points in second place in this championship. Anton Poika though, he's done it. He's got through Racer Brown whilst I was looking at the table. Oh my, we've had a bunch of pit stoppers down here. Talleyrand's gone in for fuel, maybe tyres. UBD has gone in also for tyres and fuel, and Matt Psycho I saw in there. So what's that do to the running? So Guesty there is in first. Anton Poika recently just getting past Racer Brown. Racer Brown on the back foot again to Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien sitting there waiting. Electric's up to fifth through the pit stops. His front tyres and his fuel are looking rather worn now. There is JTX closing up on Electric, but he hasn't seemed to have got any closer. Electric doing a 2-minute 0.7. Last time around, JTX a 2:01.2. So JTX seems to have lost a bit of time on that last lap. Barry Twins up into seventh. There is the first of the pit stoppers, Matt Psycho, on his outlap now. Not much fuel's gone in, but I don't suppose he needs much to get to the end. Brand new set of racing softs, and he is on his way. Talleyrand 5.3 seconds behind him. He's gone for 3/4 of a tank of fuel, more fuel than Matt Psycho. Ooh, the back end hanging out there a little bit, and Turtle's coming across at Talleyrand. The two Subaru liveried cars out there, very nice. And Talleyrand's out of the pits in ninth, and it's all down to what everyone else is going to do. I said pit stop's going to be a big thing here. Turtle then in 10th. Then you've got UBD after his pit stop in 11th. He's gone for racing mediums, and that is a big ask for especially these cars. They're very, very subtle in the corners, and giving them less grip in the corners is fatal. So Guesty, what's he going to do? When's he going to pit? Someone else is dropping in. JTX and Electric, we saw their fuels were getting quite low. So JTX and Electric, that battle for 6th and 7th, 7th and 8th have come into the pits at the same time. So that battle will continue when they return to the track. In the chat, GC Loon, yeah, agree, pits needed unless they short shift like mad. It's going to be a struggle. We think Anton Poika's trying to go to the end. think Racer Brown might be trying to now. And Homesick Alien, I think, is going to try. I think these three driving slower. They're definitely... Well, Anton Poika, he's still in the 58s, but he seems to be doing okay with fuel. It looks like he's chasing Guesty down and the win. Racer Brown's dropped down into the 2 minutes, the 2:01s. I think that's from short shifting. And same, yeah, he changed to 5th to 6th there without any revs at all. No revs in the car at all in Racer Brown's car. When he changed from 5th to 6th, he's still not pulling any revs there. Homesick Alien closing right up on him. I think Racer Brown. Oh, it is tight, this one. This is real tight call on fuel. Barry Twins, he's up into 5th through all these pit stops. Matt Psycho in 6th. And he's going to have to catch up, Racer Brown and Anton Poika. Homesick Alien, I've got a feeling, might have to pit. Guesty, I think, is definitely going to have to pit. We've got over 10 minutes left of racing here. It doesn't look to me that Guesty's got enough fuel in that car. He said about 7 minutes, a quarter, depending on how they drive. I think Anton Poika, it's tight. It's tight on Anton Poika's fuel, I think. I think he might have to reduce his speed more. Racer Brown, ahead of Homesick Alien just about. And yeah, these three, Anton Poika, Racer Brown and Homesick Alien, it's marginal if they're going to have to pit. I think they may have to. It's going to be tight. Barry Twins drops into the pits, moving Matt Psycho up into 5th, Talleyrand in 6th now. Turtle joins him in the pits, so that means Electric should move up. And he had his fight with JTX, didn't he? And JTX now is behind UBD, so UBD making up a position in these pit stops on those racing medium tyres, but JTX on the new rubber, racing softs. I think he's going to be very strong in the corners. UBD though, hanging it in there. Car 96 staying on the racing line, not so bad shabby, but JTX up the inside of that corner with the newer, fresher and stickier tyres, gets the job done, gets 9th place. So Guesty still hasn't pitted yet. We're just under 9 minutes left of racing here for the race 1 of the WRX Challenge Series. We're in season 4 now. Katula has won 2 championships with Homesick Alien winning the other. And Guesty looking very solid for a win today, but it depends on these guys' fuel tanks, I guess. Anton Poika, Racer Brown, Homesick Alien, they're 13 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho, so they've got 13 seconds to throw away, I guess. And Anton Poika 5 seconds ahead of Racer Brown now. He's pulled away a little bit from those guys, Racer Brown and Homesick, I suspect, trying to save fuel all the way till the end. It's very tight. Matt Psycho, he's going to be burning through it, trying to catch them two up ahead of him. Crosses the line with a 57.0. Homesick Alien last time around 59.6, and Racer Brown a 59.8, so 2 seconds slower a lap. Nearly just under 8 minutes left of racing, and Matt Psycho is 12 seconds behind him, so it's going to be tight whether or not he catches them up before the end of the race. It certainly is. It certainly is. There's all sorts of question marks in this race so far, and Talleyrand has lost sight of Matt Psycho now, 3.8 seconds behind him. He's a good heft ahead of Barry Twins though, 21 seconds. Barry Twins sitting in a solid 7th. I think that was Electric's spot, wasn't it? Electric losing place. JTX setting sights on Electric. JTX putting a lot more fuel in his car than Electric in the pit stop. So now JTX a lot further back from Electric. Turtle, he was last, but he's got himself ahead of Pat. Pat chasing him down in this race. Oh, we've lost someone. Is it UBD? Is it UBD? God. So Pat there in 11th, fighting back against Turtle. Guesty goes around again and opting not to go into the pits. He's not desperate for fuel. Anton Poika looks to be catching him up right now. Guesty doing a 59 and a 2 minute. Anton Poika staying steady in the 58s, slowly catching Guesty up. We've got 6 minutes left of racing, and I can't imagine Guesty's going to get that fuel tank all the way till the end. I just can't imagine it. Anton Poika chasing him down. I'm starting to believe Anton Poika can get his fuel to the end, but I'm not sure. Racer Brown and Homesick Alien not been able to get anything between them all race. They have been very close together this whole race. They're fuel saving, both of them at the moment. You can see Homesick down in the 2 minutes, 59.8 for Racer Brown. But Matt Psycho smashing in the early 57s. And he's got that time down to 9 seconds now. It was 13, then it was 12, now it's 9. So Matt Psycho, second in the championship, remember. And it's Racer Brown in third that is leading this championship. So Matt Psycho, everything to drive for, wants that Racer Brown's position. Digital Blasphemy saying, oi oi guys, what's the crack? It's the WRX Challenge, Digital Blasphemy. The Subarus, Time Attack, Isle of Man Time Attack cars. And Guesty is leading, but his fuel is starting to flash. Fuel starting to flash now. Anton Poika looking rather comfortable on his fuel. Racer Brown, comfortable also possibly. Probably better than Anton Poika. Maybe Anton Poika, he's burnt a bit more fuel than Racer Brown and Homesick Alien, but Racer Brown looks like he's back up to pace now, because he's pulling away from the Alien. He's pulled 2 seconds out on the Alien. They were only 6/10 apart last time we saw them. Matt Psycho, 7.4 seconds. There goes Guesty. And there goes Anton Poika. So Anton Poika was pitting. What about the rest of these guys? Racer Brown stays out. Homesick Alien stays out. Oh my lord, Anton Poika was pitting. It was a big question mark whether or not he could do it. This is very strange. This is very interesting indeed. Guesty's back out ahead of Matt Psycho. He's 4.3 seconds, 4.5 seconds behind Homesick Alien. He hasn't changed his tyres. But he's put some splash of fluid in there. Anton Poika out behind Matt Psycho. He also hasn't changed his tyres. Man, they're watching each other's pit stops, I'm sure of it. So Guesty, no change of tyres. A quick splash of fuel. Homesick is similar fuel. No, Guesty's got a little bit of fuel to burn against Homesick and Racer Brown. 3.2. Just over 3 minutes left of racing here. And Racer Brown at the moment is leading without a pit stop. He's got Homesick Alien chasing him down. These two sprinting as best they can to the checkered flag with what fuel they have. Guesty nipped in for a top-up after leading for so long. And the question is, can he catch those boys ahead of him? He didn't change his tyres. There's Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho did pit earlier. Fresh tyres. Fair whack of fuel. And he's on his way. So Racer Brown is leading 1.8 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien. In second place, Guesty in third, but he's being chased down by Mr. Psycho. It's only less than 2 seconds now. We've got 2 minutes left of racing, so they're going to be on their final laps pretty soon. Racer Brown, he might have to do another lap after this one, as might Homesick Alien. Guesty in third, ahead of Matt Psycho's taken another chunk of time, another half a second out of Guesty. As Guesty's tyres bit the big one, with Matt Psycho's brand new tyres very, very much giving him the grip that he wants. Anton Poika is in fifth place. Talleyrand's caught Anton Poika up. Lovely there. Talleyrand getting the fastest lap in the race. Sleeping Giant there went quiet mid-race, and now look at him at the end. Listen to him roar. Listen to his Subaru roar as he fights with Anton Poika for that 5th place. Barry Twins in a solid 7th, ahead of Electric in 8th, who managed to stay ahead of JTX, who's in 9th. Turtle has managed to stay ahead of Pat. Turtle in 10th and Pat in 11th. So Racer Brown looks like this one is solid in the pocket, with Homesick Alien chasing down Guesty and Matt Psycho, drawing ever closer together. This is the battle for the podium at the end of the race, and Matt Psycho has caught up with Guesty very swiftly indeed. Matt Psycho, he's up there with Guesty, and Talleyrand's dropped back from Anton Poika a little bit. So here comes Matt Psycho. He's on them fresher tyres. Oh, I thought he was going to go for a late break down the inside. Guesty, oh my lord, we've got 25 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to do another lap. Possibly. These guys will maybe, I won't commit. Matt Psycho then on the push for that final podium position. Guesty thinks he deserves it after leading for most of the race, and here we go. I don't know what the timer is. I've covered it up. 5 seconds to go. They're going to have to do it again. They're going to have to go around again, and Matt Psycho's going for the move up the inside, but Guesty's still showing in 3rd, but Matt Psycho's up the inside, and now Matt Psycho's in 3rd. And other people are crossing the line. Anton Poika crossed in 4th, and Talleyrand in 6th. Barry Twins looks to be grabbing a 7th spot. He's all on his own there. Electric in 8th. The JTX in 9th position, with Turtle 10th and Pat in 11th. And Racer Brown looks like the lead is sorted. Homesick Alien, Matt Psycho has pulled away from Guesty. Oh, poor Guesty, those tyres just couldn't live up with it at the end. So Barry Twins crosses in 7th. Here comes Electric to finish in 8th place. Great stuff from Electric. JTX home in 9th. Turtle comes home in 10th. Pat just coming around that final corner there in 11th place. For Pat as a Racer Brown. Well, Homesick's got within a second of Racer Brown. Racer Brown does look to have less fuel in than Homesick Alien on this final lap. Matt Psycho never giving in. He's 8 tenths behind Homesick Alien. We've still got a few corners to go before we get home here. And Matt Psycho is virtually on Homesick Alien's case. And Racer Brown, he's on fumes. So very tight here as Matt Psycho. He's the mover and the shaker at the end of this race. He really has livened it up. With that earlier pit stop, oh, he had a look on the Alien, but decided against it. Racer Brown easing off even more because that fuel is absolutely done. Homesick Alien, this is going to be a tight finish between these three Subarus. Look at them go. Racer Brown trying to maintain with that fuel. Homesick Alien trying to fend off the better tired Matt Psycho in third. As they come around to the line, there's Racer Brown. He's got no fuel. And Matt Psycho jumps Alien. Oh my God, Matt Psycho jumped the Alien right at the very end there. Homesick Alien came in second and Racer Brown ran out of fuel in the final corner, as did Guesty. Going around that final lap, he ran out of fuel as well, and that's why he couldn't fight with Matt Psycho. And Matt Psycho goes fourth and takes his second win of the season. He got the taste for it last round at Spa, and he's come back here with an astonishing drive to the end of the line. He really did do the deed on this one. Matt Psycho, congratulations. Homesick Alien, nearly, very nearly. Racer Brown, just the fuel wasn't cutting it for him there on that final podium. Take a boo anyway, my son, I forgot to say. So Racer Brown gets third. Guesty comes home, limps home without fuel in a fourth. I don't think he figured he needed to do that last lap. He probably thought the time would run out in his test runs, but he comes home in fourth. Anton Poika finished fifth, ahead of Talleyrand sixth. Barry Twins in seventh. And hoo-wee, what a race. Fantastic stuff. So Bruno Cthulhu saying yee, and he's giving us a wave. Barry Twins saying first six, that's too fast. They got nitro, I believe. They didn't look too fast at the end there, biker. Loon saying great finish, well done, Matt. Digital Blasphemy saying, oh my God, what an end to that one. That was juicy, Lucy. That really was at the end there. Whew. I'd given up on them top three. I was watching all the other guys cross the line thinking that was it. And then went back to them and they were all together. And there you go, Matt Psycho. Where did that come from? He pulled that one out of the back pocket. And Matt Psycho comes forth to take his second win in the WRX Challenge Series of 4. Skyjacker will be kicking himself. He'll say, yeah, I would have done that. That would have been my strategy. So Matt Psycho takes a fantastic win ahead of Homesick Alien. Always there was Homesick. Prominent throughout the race. One to watch in the next one. Racer Brown in third. I mean, Homesick and Racer Brown tried to get that no stop to work for them. And it nearly did. It very nearly did. If there was one lap less, then they would have had it all tied up. But that extra lap really screwed the pair of them up. And it paid dividends to Matt Psycho. Guesty in fourth. Unfortunately, made the pit stop, but still not enough fuel there to get to the end. And he was looking solid. A bit more fuel, and he would have been there with Matt Psycho, wouldn't he, at the end? Fifth for Anton Poika. Talaran came home in sixth. Barry Twins got a solid seventh. Always looking stronger is Barry. Moving up the pack. Electric in eighth. JTX in ninth. Turtle in 10th. Pat in 11th. And UBD, I think we lost him somewhere along the way. He didn't look like he was in the running. And Talaran got your fastest lap. So he can get the speed out of this car. He's just got to work on a couple of positions there. But Talaran, 6th place, not bad. Well, 56.320 on lap 13. And we're going again in 5 minutes, 9 o'clock. There's a couple of people out on track. Oh, I'll take you back to results, shall I? Shall I take you to... No, I'm down here. I've lost it. Here you go, spectate. We'll go down and have a look at some pretty cars. There we go, there's Electric's pretty car going around. I'll get rid of his big number. I'll even do a whoosh. Oh my. What a race. Wow. Fantastic stuff. 5 minutes ain't enough to grab a fag, or I would. I might try. So, at the end of that, in the YouTube stream chat, Mama Sykes saying, just joined. Well done, Matthew. Can't wait to watch. Boy, done well, Mama Sykes. Matt Sykes saying, crikey. Digital Blasphemy saying, strat is king. Strategy is king. Homesick Alien saying, well done, Matt. Mama Homesick saying, brilliant finish. Well done, Homesick. So close. And, yeah, I can't even read one of them. It looks like Star Wars words. It says, this is the way. This is the way, Matt. Anyway, they said it's 9 o'clock start for the next race, so I might leave you with Electric, so I've got 3 minutes. I'm not going to get a fag. No smoking 3 minutes. Oh, yeah, there you go. He's just told me, Turtle's just told me, there ain't no way. No, I'll sit here. I'll just sit here. Whilst others are all out probably having a ciggy. I was too slow reading the results. So, yeah. We are ramping up for that second race, I believe. They start where they finish. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's reverse grids in this, but it might be. We'll see at the beginning. For some reason I've got a feeling they don't. Electric trying out a set of mediums, seeing how they do. Maybe he's thinking of a no-stopper in this next one. They've seen how it's done now, haven't they? There's UBD, back on track. Sorted out his car, whatever was wrong with it. So, Matt Psycho saying to Guesty, cheers, thought strat all wrong. Racer Brown saying, go thingy away. Nah, you're alright. It's only half hour, I can hang on. I can live without a ciggy for 30 minutes. God, oh blimey. It was just because it was a stressful race, that was all. It was a stressful end. It gave me the nicotine ting. But it's fine. I can last. We're virtually there now anyway. So, you go, Racer. You go, Racer Brown. Do I have to write that? I don't know if he is listening, but you don't know what they can hear. I'll say it's okay. It's okay. I'll have a sneaky one. I'll have a sneaky one when my wife's not looking. Sat here at the computer. She's engrossed in a really good book at the moment, so I don't think she'd even notice if I had a fag here. She thinks she would. It smelled lovely, wasn't it? It's that nice smell of growing up. first silk cut when you're 13. So Electric out there. He's still trying those medium tyres out, seeing if they're worth a shot. UBD on the softs. Turtle is on the softs. Matt Psycho on the soft tyre also. Mr. Poika. He's gone for the soft. Oh, that sound. That sound they make is absolutely delicious. It really is. So Racer Brown, without further ado, asking if we are ready. Anton Poika straight on the money. He won the Ready race with a Y. I'll get involved. Wrxc Alien up with his R's. Not Pat's not really, but go on. He used to go with the K's. He's dropped the K's this year, and he's gone with not really, but go on. He must have that saved or something. How can you type that quick? So how does this race? The no stop, it doesn't work, does it? It doesn't work. They're gonna all have to pit in this lap, in this race. I think it proves Racer Brown and Homesick Aliens, the way their races went, it's you've got to say going into this race that the no stopper doesn't work. That's what I think they must be thinking of. That's what I'd be thinking of. If I'd just done the no stopper and ran out of fuel a couple of laps from the end, or got overtaken by someone who did pit, in my mind I would be thinking to myself, no stoppers, no good. It's not working. It's not work. Look at all those A's and B's up there. That's a field of very skilled drivers, isn't it, eh? So, Matt Psycho on pole. He's got a Homesick Alien. Oh no, we've got to exit. There is an issue. I don't know. Someone got stuck. Someone didn't enter. I don't know. But they all disappear. Racer Brian says it was his bad. Something he's done. Maybe it is meant to be a reverse grid. I'm not sure. I could read the rules. I've got Discord open next to me, actually. And we're doing nothing, are we? So shall we have a look? I can never find them, though. This is the problem. When they're mixed up ones like this, it doesn't really say. So, round 7, what's he doing? A custom. It is reverse grid. I apologise. I apologise. But one of them, they don't reverse the grid. I don't know. Maybe it's VGT. I get mixed up. We do so many. It gets silly after a while, the amount of races we do. And they're all variations. It's not always the same sort of race. They're all over the place, which is nice. It's great. But for me, trying to keep track of everything, then I get mixed up. And I get muddled up a lot in life. I get muddled up with me slippers being left and right. Because you can't really tell. They look the same as each other until you put them on and you think, no, that's not right. So that's how muddled up in life I am. I don't even know which slipper's left and which slipper's right. They look the same until you put them on. So, yeah, it's a reverse grid. Uncle B. Darren's on pole. Matt Psycho starts from last. Probably has always been a reverse grid. Skyjacker will remind me that in the pit stop, as he likes to. He loves it when I get it wrong. I can tell. I can hear the smile on his face. And he goes, "You think it was just normal grids?" I'm like, yes, I did. So there they go, they're off, and it looks to me like Turtle's had an absolute blinder. Pat's up the side of UBD already, and Turtle's up the inside of all of them, but has he got the brakes? He found the brake pedal as well, and that's a beautiful move by Turtle, straight up into the lead, bish bash, and bosh, thank you very much. But UBD is keeping track of him all the way, with JTX there in third. He was no slow. Oh, Barry Twins sideways. There's a couple sideways. I think we saw Pat as well. I think Pat and Barry Twins, both of them sideways in that first corner. Here's Pat. And with Pat, he had a little wiggle on coming out of there as he got onto the accelerator. And it just looks like him and Barry Twins just, came across each other, and then Pat out of control, found Barry Twins again, and they both affected each other's race. Oh dear. So them two, an uphill battle now. Turtle still leading from UBD. Electric in third. He's got that third away from JTX. JTX has a very swift Talleyrand hunting his position from behind him. And Electric there, and Guesty is there in the mix as well. Beautiful racing from these guys. Oh, Electric trying to come across on Talleyrand. Talleyrand already up the inside of Electric. Electric finding a car full of Talleyrand. Oh, and there's a little bit of knocking back here between Guesty and Electric. I think Electric, bit of a red cloud ahead of him after that Talleyrand move. He definitely doesn't want to let Guesty through. He was definitely trying to slam that door shut while Guesty's foot was halfway in. And Guesty back in there with his foot. And there's no shutting the door this time, but there's Electric now on the inside. And Electric maintains that fifth. And Guesty, though, cuts across the track to try and get the inside in the final corner. And Electric again trying to defend a little bit too late. He comes across them when they're in the inside. You've got to use that radar. If there's a blue arrow up the side of your car, you've lost the position, my friend. But that has had a big effect, because Matt Psycho now is up into fifth. Anton Poiker up to sixth. Guesty's dropped to seventh. Electric back through. I don't know if Guesty tried to redress, possibly just in case. In the heat at the moment, you don't know who's what's where. I mean, I think Electric defended a little too late for Guesty on that one. But Guesty's still behind Electric, and their little battle has let Matt Psycho through to fifth. He's all over the back of JTX. JTX is in trouble. JTX isn't in trouble. He's going for a move on Turtle. Turtle's dropped from the lead. Talleyrand is now in the lead. It's one blue Subaru for another, but Talleyrand is now leading this race ahead of UBD. JTX sitting in third, Matt Psycho in fourth, with Turtle slipping down into fifth. Anton Poiker, the Flying Finn, right there, and JTX looks like he's made a mistake. JTX slipping down to fourth behind Matt Psycho, and this race is full of action. Turtle and Anton Poiker catching up with JTX. No, JTX back on Matt Psycho's case. Matt Psycho looks to slip behind Turtle as well as they go into the hairpin, but Matt Psycho looks to be trying to steal the move on JTX, and he does. Oh my god, but JTX is going to be on the inside coming up this hill, and JTX back up into third, Matt Psycho in fourth, and JTX, has he gone wide? He's gone wide. He's nudged the barrier, and Matt Psycho now, Anton Poiker is up into third, and Matt Psycho down into fourth, but Matt Psycho's on the inside of Anton Poiker now. They're coming through, but Anton Poiker holds a tracked position on Matt Psycho there, and Anton Poiker in third. UBD in second place, trying to keep up with Talleyrand, who we saw getting the fastest lap in that first race, and now he's leading the second race, so no holding him back. Matt Psycho coming back at Anton Poiker. Oh, and Guesty from miles away. Where did Guesty come from? Guesty, absolutely. I don't know if he missed his braking point or he fancied it, but he came in like a wrecking ball. He never heard this much in love before. So Guesty, my word. Weapon of mass destruction there from sixth place. Matt Psycho, though, still in third. Anton Poiker in fourth. He's fighting with his fellow Finn. And they're now JTX going for the inside on Anton Poiker. I just sussed they've got the same liveries but different colours. They're awesome, aren't they? That looks sweet. So JTX coming across his teammate, and there's Guesty. He's got Racer Brown now in seventh. We haven't looked this far down. Turtle's dropped down to eighth from the lead. Electric in ninth. Homesick Alien in 10th spot, with Barry Twins in 11th, staying with the Alien. And Pat, we saw Pat and Barry had that off, didn't they, at the very beginning. Barry Twins seems to have recovered a bit better than Pat. And Talleyrand is 2.5 seconds in the lead of this race, with UBD in second spot. Matt Psycho, off the back of his win from the first race, coming back into the crowd there in third. And Digital Blasphemy saying no reverse grid. VGT is no reverse grid. Yeah, that's the one I'm getting mixed up with then. And Digital Blasphemy saying looks a little like 1990s BTCC. Great stuff, that's what we want. So Talleyrand then leads the way. He looked fast in that first race, and he's doing an absolutely stand-up job at the moment, pulling away from UBD, who is in second place. UBD, the good racers, coming not coming too often for him. He was doing some lovely consistent podiums for a while. He got himself some new pedals for his rig, and he's been a bit inconsistent of late as UBD, but he's doing a great job there in second, although Matt Psycho is coming currently very fast towards him. A 58.1 from Matt Psycho last time around, UBD a 59.5, so Matt Psycho definitely on the pace there. Anton Poika in fourth, chasing down Matt Psycho, 2 seconds adrift of him though. Racer Brown in fifth, and is it too early to talk about fuel? So JTX there is in sixth place behind Racer Brown. Guesty in seventh. Homesick Alien in eighth. He's shaken off Barry, but Barry now has got Electric and Turtle. Oh, Electric making a big one. Electric made a huge one there, and Barry Twins up into ninth place with Turtle now in 10th, and Electric dropping down into 11th, and Pat is in 12th. We've lost someone, haven't we? Did we start with 12? We did, sorry. It's me confusing the bot. So Talleyrand then, 3.8 seconds. Matt Psycho's made the move. Matt Psycho, we saw he was ever catching a UBD up, and he got the move done in the end. Oh, and we missed it, even on the replay. I apologise. But Matt Psycho has done the job. He's up in second. And now this is a battle of the powerhouses. Talleyrand versus Matt Psycho. Talleyrand has the speed. Matt Psycho has the strategy. How will they fare against each other? Matt Psycho getting a purple there. It's not giving it to him though, because Racer Brown must have got one exactly the same. There you go, Racer Brown going fastest of all. He's ahead of Anton Poika now. Now is Anton Poika saving fuel? He's dropping down each time we see him. UBD now dropping down into third. Racer Brown slowly making his way up through the grid. Anton Poika there in fifth, sitting just on Racer Brown's tail. JTX back with his teammate. Guesty in seventh. Barry Twins in eighth. Homesick Alien slipped back. Homesick Alien, I don't know what's happened there. He doesn't seem to have had a bad lap. It must have been this lap. Barry Twins a 59.8. He's up to 8th now. Homesick Alien a 59.3 his last time around. Then you've got Turtle in 10th, Electric down in 11th, and Pat in 12th. Pat's pitted. Pat has pitted. He's put some racing mediums on, and he's gone full tank. So he must be driving all the way to the end of this race. Talleyrand, meanwhile, is 4 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. So Matt Psycho 57.1 last time around, and 57.7 from Talleyrand. And like I said, this is a battle of the powerhouses up there in the top. Racer Brown now has got himself ahead of UBD. Racer Brown, I've missed every one of his moves in this race so far. We'll watch him for a bit. Now he's got no one to overtake. But Racer Brown, he's finding some real good pace out there in his Subaru Isle of Man time attack car. And he really is revving it up. I reckon he's pitting. He definitely is pitting. He's half tank through already. We're not even 10 minutes into the race. So Racer Brown being very careless with that fuel. He's pushing. He's within 2 seconds of Matt Psycho. He's just got himself another purple, did he? He did a 56.8 against Matt Psycho's 57.3. That's half a second faster for Racer Brown that lap. And Racer Brown, you've got to say, momentum is with him. Anton Poika's got himself ahead of UBD as well. Anton Poika trying to chase Racer Brown through. JTX, I wonder what that's done for the championship. You know, Matt Psycho winning and Racer Brown finishing third on the podium. That's going to be closing that gap in the championship somewhat, isn't it? I think they were like 9 points apart, first and second in the table. So that's going to be very interesting when the new table comes out, especially if Matt Psycho can finish ahead of Racer Brown in this race as well. Let's have a look. 149 points Racer Brown was on before this round, and Matt Psycho was on 138. So what's that? 11 points? No, 9 points. 9 points difference between Matt Psycho and Racer Brown. Matt Psycho winning last time out, Racer Brown coming third, but I do think Talleyrand got the fastest lap, so he didn't even get points for that. Who was pole? Racer Brown got pole, didn't he, right at the very end, so he gets some points for that. But he's very much catching up Matt Psycho at the moment. To hell with fuel in this race. I don't think there's many one stopping, or no stopping should I say. So Talleyrand leads by nearly 5 seconds from Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho is only half a second ahead of Racer Brown. Racer Brown is on a qualifying session. He really is. He's banging in those lap times. Left, right, and Chelsea. There is Anton Poika there. Oh, no. We've had it coming together. He said it was like BTCC, Digital Blasphemy, saying it was like BTCC 1990, and here we go. Here's Matt Psycho braking normally, and there's Racer Brown. He looked like he braked normally, but he just ploughed right into Mr. Psycho. And here he comes, Anton Poika. Thank you very much, sirs. He says, and Anton Poika now up into second, Matt Psycho in third, Racer Brown. I don't know what happened, because he looked like he braked early. Maybe he came back off the brakes and back on the brakes. Maybe he just had complete brake failure. Or, I don't know. But you don't expect that from Racer Brown. And Anton Poika, the man who's gained the most out of that, big smiles on the Flying Finn's face, it has to be said, and Talleyrand. That's taken a lot of pressure off of Talleyrand out there in the lead. And that is the last thing Skyjacker wants to be seeing, is Talleyrand leading race 2 after getting the fastest lap in race 1. And that's good points there from Talleyrand at the moment. But which way is this race going to go? I don't know. We're 13 and a half minutes. We're just over half a tank of fuel for Anton Poika, just under half a tank of fuel for Talleyrand. Matt Psycho on half a tank of fuel, Racer Brown on half a tank of fuel. Then we got Guesty in 5th, ahead of JTX in 6th. Them two are having a ding-dong. It looks fun out there. Then UBD in 7th. He was up there in a podium position. He slipped back a little bit. I don't think he's enjoying the tyres. It really does look like he's having problems with them front tyres in that Subaru. Maybe he wants to move some of that diff to the rear. Some brake bias to the rear as well. Take some of the pressure off those front tyres. Homesick Alien, though, in 7th. He's got himself back ahead of Barry Twins, but Barry Twins on pace with the Alien in this race. And Homesick Alien seeming to struggle in race 2. He was up there fighting for podiums, virtually got the win. He got the win stole off him by Matt Psycho, and in race 2 he just hasn't been there. He's in 7th place. But Talleyrand leads the way from Matt Psycho. Anton Poika's dropped behind these guys again. My word, I don't know what's happened there, but Anton Poika has dropped back behind Matt Psycho and Racer Brown, who are hard at it out there for 2nd and 3rd. The 2 championship leaders, 3 I suppose, you can count Anton Poika in the mix. And he's only a point or so behind Matt Psycho, but Matt Psycho did get that win. I don't even think Anton Poika was on the podium. Yeah, because Matt Psycho's on 138 points, Anton Poika on 136 points. So Matt Psycho absolutely coming out tops in this championship, in this round. Talleyrand, good points he needs on his Mucker Skyjacker in the championship. And Racer Brown, excuse me, bit of dust. Racer Brown's got himself ahead of Matt Psycho at some point, and this seems very odd here. I'm not sure if we're going into a fuel save mode. There's Racer Brown, he's gone in. Matt Psycho's followed him. taking no chances is Matt Psycho. He's followed Talleyrand in. Not Talleyrand, sorry, Racer Brown in. We're watching Talleyrand leading the race. And that's dead in the middle of the race for Racer Brown and Matt Psycho. Is that the same strategy Matt Psycho used before? I think he went a little bit further than halfway, didn't he? Anton Poyker staying out there. He's on half a tank. Anton Poyker might be trying the no-stopper. I'm not sure. Talleyrand has got to pit before the end. Guesty will probably have to pit before the end. He's up to third at the moment. Then JTX having a solid race out there. We haven't seen him this season. He's a stand-in, a reserve, and he's jumped in and he's done an absolutely super job for his team, Finland. And yeah, he looks great. Looks great. Car looks great. Fantastic stuff. It's always nice to see JTX in the mix. Looks to me like Homesick Alien though. He's putting in some killer lap times behind him. 58.6 last time around. JTX at 2:01 in JTX tyres. Looking a little more torn up than Homesick Alien. Barry Twins, look at him shine. The man has moved up a level since joining the club only weeks ago. Weeks ago, he seemed to be fumbling around a little bit. And on the back of his car, he's got, "I'm not your brakes." So, Homesick Alien is chasing JTX down. JTX under threat in his Subaru. As the Wrxc liveried Scooby draws ever nearer, and JTX could be in a bit of trouble right now. We're looking back through the car of JTX as we see that Wrxc Subaru, and Anton and Guesty are in the pits, and so is JTX. Homesick Alien stays out there. Talleyrand's still staying out there. This is all mixed up. Turtle, he's back up on the podium. Look at him go. So Turtle in a third, with Anton Poyker coming back out of the pits ahead of Matt Psycho. He's ahead, Anton Poyker. They're staying out longer has got him ahead of Matt Psycho. Racer Brown and Matt Psycho both pitted at the same time. I believe Racer Brown was ahead of Matt Psycho when they went into the pits. Racer Brown looks like he put a smidgen of fuel, a bit more fuel in than Matt Psycho, possibly. But yeah, Anton Poyker's fuel stop, he barely had any fuel in there, I don't think. Where did Guesty come out? Guesty in 7th behind Racer Brown. Plenty of fuel, nice racing soft tyres. Well, similar fuel to Racer Brown. We saw Guesty a little bit faster than Racer Brown earlier, in that earlier race. And Matt Psycho is all hung up behind Turtle. Turtle doesn't have to relinquish anything. It's his racing line. He is in 4th place. His tyres are old, his fuel is light, and Matt Psycho wants to get by him. You can see Anton Poyker disappearing in the distance. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Here we see Matt Psycho up the inside of Turtle on those stickier tyres, and there you can see 3rd place Anton Poyker just ahead of him. Pitted later, came out the pits ahead. And this is race on now. We've got 10 more minutes remaining in this race. Talleyrand still leading without a pit stop. Homesick Alien in 2nd. Still neither of them pitting. Anton Poyker came in for a splash dash, and he got out ahead of Racer Brown and Matt Psycho, who he was behind earlier. So Anton Poyker having a devilishly great pit stop there, and getting himself into a podium position as we sit on board with Matt Psycho chasing him down. Just behind us we've got Racer Brown. That's how tight the battle is for the podium. Looks to me like someone's just pitted. I'll find out. Let me get that back to normal, because it freaks me out when I go into the car and I'm looking backwards. So someone's pitted, haven't they? It's Turtle. Turtle's in the pits. He's coming out of the pits alongside JTX. And JTX also must have just recently pitted. So Turtle in a battle there in 10th and 11th with the Flying Finn Ninth there for Barry Twins, just behind UBD, who pitted earlier. He looks like he's going to get a move on Electric. He's going for the inside line. Electric around the outside. Electric's on those medium tyres. UBD on the racing softs, easily through up the inside. But he's got 12 seconds to find on Guesty, who is 1.7 seconds now behind Racer Brown. He's got closer to Racer Brown. Racer Brown looks like he's getting closer to Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho 1.7 seconds behind Anton Poika. That is some close battling there. And the question is, what's going to happen? Well, Talleyrand needs to pit. Talleyrand, he's got to pit. Either this lap or the next. He has no choice in it, no fuel. He doesn't have the stuff. He doesn't have that juice that makes you go. So Homesick Alien, he's got a lot of fuel on board, hasn't he? He has a lot of fuel. It didn't work for him the first time round. Why did he ever think that it was going to work this time? Because he's got Anton Poika doing some absolutely swift lap times behind him. Matt Psycho and Racer Brown also very fast. And Homesick Alien, he's doing a 58.8. Oh, I don't know. Homesick Alien trying that same strategy, and Talleyrand's come out of the pits in second. He came out of the pits in second place. Wow. And obviously he's got a Homesick that's fuel saving and on older tyres ahead of him, and Talleyrand could be on for the win here. I really thought that pit stop was going to drop Talleyrand back behind Racer Brown, maybe Guesty, but Guesty going fastest of all so far in this race as he tries to catch up Racer Brown, who's all hung up behind Matt Psycho there. Racer Brown going for a move. We saw last time he went for a move on Matt Psycho. It was very disastrous. Sorry, Racer Brown. I know you don't need to be reminded. But yeah, Racer Brown and Matt Psycho having an absolute humdinger of a fight. This 30-minute race, this second race of this fourth round of the fourth season of WRX, and we're seeing some absolute classics. Homesick Alien trying to go for a no stop, and there's Talleyrand already. Talleyrand wastes no time. He made that pit stop, come out 2 seconds behind Homesick Alien, and on the fresher tyres he wastes no time whatsoever. Homesick Alien probably having to fuel save a little bit as well. We've got 6.5 minutes left of this race. And Homesick's just racing for points here. He just wants to finish ahead of the big boys, doesn't he? I don't imagine he's too nervous about Talleyrand. Talleyrand having a slow start to his campaign in the WRX, but it's a 12-week season. We're only at week 4, and they dropped 2. So, I mean, Talleyrand, he should be fighting. Homesick Alien, Talleyrand is a threat. But Homesick Alien just wants to get that car home, I imagine. And Talleyrand looks to get the win. With only 5-6 minutes to go. Anton Poika, though, a 57.2 from him last time around. Homesick doing a 2-minuter to try and look after that fuel. Talleyrand at 56. Well, that was an outlap, so we can't count that. Racer Brown 57.7. Oh, look at this lovely little juicy battle we've got here with Guesty, Matt Psycho, and Racer Brown. I think Racer Brown's got ahead of Matt Psycho, hasn't he? We missed it. I do apologise. Yeah, Racer Brown was behind Matt Psycho, so Matt Psycho slipping down to 5th against his main rival, Racer Brown, who's up into 4th. And Guesty going for a very late move there. Can he make it stick up the hill? And is Matt Psycho maybe power saving, maybe fuel saving a little bit there? He's still there though, Matt Psycho on his inside, back up into 5th, and oh dear, poor old Guesty shoved his nose where it wasn't wanted and nearly got it clipped off. And Matt Psycho keeps hold of that 5th. Guesty gonna have to try something different against Matt Psycho there. And Matt Psycho, I don't know if he could be looking after his fuel, you know, Matt Psycho. It is very tight as they go through the flying hairpin and up the hill. Talleyrand leads from Homesick Alien. Anton Poika is catching up Alien. Homesick Alien might be in a struggle with the podium here. We've got this lovely battle between Guesty and Matt Psycho. It's not a battle that Matt Psycho wants to be in, though. He wants to be in the battle with Racer Brown, but Racer Brown seems to be chasing down Anton Poika, who's chasing down Homesick Alien, who's having to look after his car. He's managing his car to the end of the race, which is 4 minutes away. It's too far away. That's too much pressure. It's less than a second now from Anton Poiker. Racer Brown closing in as well. Homesick Alien makes his Subaru very, very wide. Then I suppose he's hoping that this little battle behind Anton Poiker excuse me, will slow Anton Poiker down. Anton Poiker needs to be decisive. He needs to waste no time. As soon as he catches up with Homesick Alien, he needs to make the move fast and get through, because if Homesick Alien can start holding him up to Homesick Alien's pace, as Homesick is driving for his fuel, and then Racer Brown's going to be all over Anton Poiker, and Anton Poiker's going to be distracted. But Anton Poiker up the hill, it looks like he's not going to waste the time. He's taking option A, waste no time, get through, get past, do not let this muggle slow me down. And he's done that. He's up to second place now, the Flying Finn against the Alien, and here comes Racer Brown. Racer Brown needs to do the same thing. Homesick Alien, poor Homesick Alien, he's managing his car, he wants to bring her home for good points with that no stopper, and these are people that stopped for fresh fuel, fresh tyres, are absolutely mugging him off right now. There you go, Racer Brown straight up the inside of the Alien. No, he slowed down. Maybe he felt that was too much contact. Racer Brown, too gentlemanly. He's racing Anton Poiker, and Anton Poiker's getting away now. I'm so selfish. It's the right thing to do, was Racer Brown. If he felt it was too hard against Homesick Alien, then he should have lifted. But from my point of view, it's like, no, I want Racer Brown to chase Anton Poiker down. I want a race. We've got 2 minutes left, and this is what Racer Brown did not need. This is what he wanted Anton Poiker to have. And now he's stuck behind the Alien making the car wide, like he has every right to do, trying to keep hold of his podium position. And Anton Poiker, meanwhile, gets away in the best possible way. But for us, that closes up Matt Psycho and Guesty as Racer Brown tries to make the move on the Alien, but the Alien keeping his car on the apex as wide as he can, and Racer Brown's just nibbling at the rear quarter of Homesick Alien, but he just can't get purchase up the inside, and Matt Psycho and Guesty are coming to invade the party. And this is exactly what Racer Brown needed. And there he goes, he's through. He's through, and I don't know if that was a lift from Homesick, I'm not sure, maybe. It seemed very easy for Racer Brown to get through there. And now he's got to chase down Anton Poiker, but Anton Poiker already 2.5 seconds gap after that little fracard. And here they are, they're all queuing up for the no-stopper. This is why I'm surprised anyone went with the no-stop strategy in this second race, because it didn't quite work in the first race. Homesick Alien fancied it another go at it, but come the end of the race, he's being swamped. Although Guesty's ahead of Matt Psycho now. Further down, we've got Uncle B Darren in a respectable 7th, Barry Twins in 8th, JTX seems to have slipped down to 9th place, Turtle in 10th, Electric's down in 11th, that's those medium tyres, and he's ran out of fuel. 30 seconds to go on the clock, and there goes Pat up into 11th, gaining from Electric strategy, and he goes wide. Did he go wide? In celebration, he's like just whining Electric up and says, I don't even have to stay on the track. Still going to get your position. So there goes Talleyrand across the line, 4 seconds on the clock. He's going around again, and so is Anton Poiker, just about going through. Racer Brown finishes in 3rd. Homesick Alien keeps hold of that 4th in the end. Matt Psycho gets 5th back from Guesty in 6th. UBD brings her home in a 7th spot. He's only just ahead of Barry Twins, so UBD doing a cracking job there for 7th place. Ahead of Barry Twins in 8th. JTX coming home in 9th for the finish, boys. Great stuff from JTX. Turtle, pole sitter, comes home in 10th ahead of Pat. And Pat in 11th. Oh, no. Oh, Electric left. Maybe he'll still get the points. Didn't want to drive around. Just pause it. Pause it and go for a fag. You'll be ghosted driving home. But yeah, Electric didn't want to hang around for that one, for the flag, without his fuel. So Pat comes home in 11th ahead of Electric, because Electric's still out there. Talleyrand then, 3 seconds ahead of Anton Poika. It's done and dusted between these two. Anton Poika hasn't got the fuel, and nor has Talleyrand really. They're both just trying to get round this final lap. Racer Brown, take a boo, my son, getting that final podium position. Wrxc Alien, I can't believe he managed to keep hold of that 4th ahead of Matt Psycho. And Guesty, that's amazing. And here he comes for his first win in the WRX Challenge, and Skyjacker is a worst case scenario is coming true. Talleyrand is getting used to the Subaru. There he goes, takes the win, super stuff. And Anton Poika gets second with Racer Brown, the final podium position. Take a boo, my son. Whew, and after that race, guys, I'm spent. That pair of racers, want they something or another? There you go, there is Anton Poika celebrating. No, it's Anton Talleyrand, sorry. He's changed. He's not wearing his normal overalls. That's your fault, Talleyrand. Where's your overalls gone? I thought he had the same overalls as the rest of us. We all wear orange and black. I was expecting them. Thought they were the Finnish ones. It's nice. I'm not taking anything away from the overalls. I'm just saying it's not the official VRC ones. But there you go. He's in his Subaru ones as he's driving the Subaru. I suppose that makes sense. But yeah, there is Talleyrand looking splendidly glorious in his win. And super job to Talleyrand for the win against Anton Poika in second. Racer Brown grabs that final podium position and does wonders for his championship, because Matt Psycho is starting to look like a bit of a threat. And Racer Brown losing points today, really. Wrxc Alien just off the podium with that no-stop strategy. And I'm very surprised he tried to do it again. He's swift. He was on pace with those guys. And who knows, if he could have, if he'd gone with a pit stop, maybe he could have done what Talleyrand did there. It might have been best he'd come in at the same time as Talleyrand. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what could have happened? But Wrxc Alien coming home in 4th, Matt Psycho in 5th. Guesty got 6th, with UBD, Uncle B Darren in 7th, Barry Twins in 8th, JTX in 9th, Turtle finished in 10th, Pat come home in 11th, and Electric in 12th. Guesty got the fastest lap with a 1:56.447. And all I can say is that is a mixed bag of racing we've had today. It's been beautiful. In the chat, we've got Barry Twins saying, couldn't do it better, but I'm getting better and better. Man, you are. Look at you. And Digital Blasphemy saying, more great racing. VRC at its finest. It's beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. So that was round 4 of the WRX Challenge, and this championship is just getting started. Join us next Friday night, where they'll be driving these Subarus around a Suzuka circuit, so that'll be fun. Seeing these crazy beasts driving around there. And if you keep your eyes open during this weekend, there'll be the Rivals and the VGT rounds from earlier in the week streamed at some point this weekend, hopefully on YouTube. And on Sunday night, well, I don't know if it's official, but Sunday afternoon, me and Skyjacker usually do a little pit stop, a little stop in and chat, where you guys can join us as well in Discord. Discord lets you come and chat with us. So it's just an open forum chinwag about VRC and everything else. That'll be around about 5:30 on a Sunday. And then Sunday evening, we've got the VW Golf Cup. And we had round 1 last Sunday, and it looked like it's going to be a fun little championship. Come and join us to watch those little Mark 1 Golfs rev it out there. And I think we're at a cool track as well. I don't know. Might be Suzuka East or BB Raceway, I can't remember. But yeah, so Sunday night live, we'll be streaming. And check out our Discord and our website. All of those you can find through YouTube. You're obviously watching YouTube, so if you go to About the section in our YouTube. That'll give you all the links to all the places. Oh, wow, what a race. So, Matt Psycho saying, great win, Talleyrand in the stream. And it was. It was a great win. And, yeah, watch out, Skyjacker. Your championship position is under threat. Thank you for everyone who joined us in the stream and the chat, and anyone who watches it afterwards as well. Hello. And shame you couldn't catch us live. Mama Homesick saying, thanks, Thingy, for more great commentary. Oh, bless you. Thank you. So, yeah, that's it. That's Friday night. Enjoy your weekends, guys. Have a great time. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Justin Hermouth, and we've had a great time. I've had fun, and all there's left to say is peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you, guys. You're awesome.